When I talk to Elon Musk, I'm very aware how dumb I am.
Really?
Yes. When I talk to Lex Friedman, when I talk to
But
Eric
if you
Weinstein,
talk to Elon about emotions and human interaction, if you talk to Elon about emotions and human interaction, probably you're much smarter than him.
He's not dumb in that regard. He's a different kind of human, man. Like, that's an unusual combination of characteristics. He likes to make jokes. He takes a picture of Bill Gates, and then he puts it next to a pregnant man emoji, and it says, here's a quick way to lose your boner. Or if you want to lose your boner really quick. That's what he said. He posts that!
Yeah.
He's the richest man in the world, and he's dunking on other billionaires.
I love that. No,
you
I
gotta
love that.
celebrate that.
I love Elon.
And he loves that nature of the internet. And the thing that bothers him is this idea that like one gatekeeper can dictate whether or not something gets released into the whole world. If you're using something like Twitter, like you could have an amazing story and they can block it if ideologically they disagree with it. Like that's what happened with that Hunter Biden laptop story.
What happened with that?
Well, they decided to say that it was Russian disinformation and that you couldn't share the links on Twitter or Facebook.
Twitter said that.
Yeah, Twitter would not let you share the links. And the link is from a story in the New York Post, which is really kind of crazy because that's like one of the oldest newspapers in America.
Hamilton.
It's a long established newspaper and they wouldn't let you post. It's not like some wild ass website,
right.
You know, some weird, it might not be a real website. It was fucking New York Post. And so when something like a Twitter has the ability to just tell you what you can and can't talk about, even if that thing is valid, even if that thing, what if it does legitimately, I don't know what the fuck is in his laptop, but what if it does legitimately point to corruption? Are we supposed to just ignore it because we want to own the people on the right? It's like
That's what we do with Pelosi.
Right.
What you mean?
She mad corrupt.
She's definitely corrupt, but she's corrupt in a loophole way, I think.
Talk to me.
She's doing a thing where her husband buys stock in companies, and she may or may not know things
that would
are gonna
affect that
happen,
company.
that would affect the way that company.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they're so rich. They did a thing on her husband where they showed like how successful he is in the stock market, like compared to regular people.
Right. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's like it's totally. There's no way that he knows things.
She makes like 200 grand.
I'm not saying that he knows things.
No, he might be a
I'm not
genius.
saying that.
He
He's
might be
just
a genius
great investor, bro.
He's better than Buffett. That's all we're saying.
100%.
He's a goddamn wizard.
Buffett,
Yeah.
Puts a wizard's hat on and he finds the right things to gamble on.
Yeah.
And he always wins. I mean, she's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars.
No.
Like, good for her.
Does she come from money?
Very
at all?
I don't think so.
I think she got
I
some.
respect that though,
Yeah.
because most of these motherfuckers come from money. They keep changing the rules of the game to help themselves. At least if you were in the gutter before and then you shift the rules up, it's like, well, at least you made the climb. A lot of these motherfuckers are just born in it.
You're saying that she hustled for it.
Yeah, at least she got there on her own.
Hey, what is it about people that were born in it, right? Like princes. And why do so many of them become like psychopaths?
I don't think
Like throughout history.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You say first generation becomes psychopaths?
Yeah, a lot of like Saddam Hussein's sons were some of the most evil people that have ever lived. They would do horrific shit. There's stories of them kidnapping women on their wedding day, like going to them, taking them from their husband, raping them, and feeding them to their dogs.
What?
That's horrible.
Yes.
Like for real?
Yes.
Peak fetish.
Yes.
Like, that's all that's
Feeding
left.
them to their dogs.
Yeah. I think there's a sociopathy that develops, or sociopathy, however you say it, when you're so removed from any normal human interaction that you don't like ever
develop empathy.
You don't get to feel bad for people because
Right.
no one shows you the bad shit. So there's no remorse to feel, I think. So you're just like, well, let's just push this as far as we can push it. This is a theory I just came up with. But I dare you to debunk it.
I think they get stuck in this idea. Like we have, human beings have this thing where we other each other. You know, like if you're going to go to war with that group, even if it's like North versus South in America,
100%.
we can other each other.
Yeah.
And I think we could do that with anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know that happened with the kids. I thought the kids ended up being kind of weak.
No, I heard they were awful, but I don't
Not Saddam's kids. I'm just saying in general. I thought like the kids of successful people. It's
well,
hard for them
sometimes, but there's a few of those instances of evil kings, right? That's like Game of Thrones. Remember
Joffrey.
He was an evil king. Like there's a long history of young men who take over the throne from their father and they're just fucking evil.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they don't have the empathy because they didn't have to earn it. Like, if you come from nothing, you have empathy for all the other people who have nothing. And those kids who come from everything, why would they even feel bad?
Also, the reality of violence was accelerated back then because people were doing sword fighting.
Yeah.
You know, they were hitting each other with bows and arrows and hacking each other to death. And so it was happening, and probably like everybody saw it.
Right.
Like the amount of laws and rules that they had back when that shit was going on.
Yeah, you used to see death all the time. Like, I think about that now. I've seen a dead body like 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
So if you...
Yeah, I mean, like, my grandfather passed away, open casket, like that kind of thing. But, like, back in the day...
They all saw bodies.
Yeah, like, you're confronted by life and death, bookended all the time.
Guys, that clip was brought to you by Blue Chew. Best boners in the business. Same active ingredients as Cialis or Viagra, but this is the Chew, the only one we rock with. Get yours for free at BlueChew.com. Promo code Andrew. All you gotta do is pay $5 shipping.